In the second part of their open letter to Nigerians born on October 1st, 1960, some Nigerian leaders under the auspices of the National Christian Elders Forum speak on the state of the nation. The leaders include Elder Solomon Asemota, SCN Chairman, General Joshua Dungayaru, retired Vice Chairman, Professor Joseph Utubu, Dr. Mrs. Kate Okparike, Dr. Ayo Abifarin, General Zamani Lekworth, retired Elder Moses Ihonde, Elder Nat Okoro, General Theophilus Y. Danjuma, retired Elder Matthew Owojaye, Honorable Justice Kalajine Anigbogu, retired Elder Shingo Wigwe, DIGPL Lapob, Sir John W. Bagu, Dr. Saleh Hussaini, Elder Michael Orobato, Honorable Justice James Ogebe, retired, Dr. Chukwemeka Ezeife, Dame Priscilla Kuye, Dr. S.Z. Gani, Mrs. Osareti Demuren, Professor Yusuf Suraki, Lady Mariam Yunusa, Professor Mrs. Deborah Enilu Ajakaye, His Royal Majesty Oba Dokun Thompson, Dr. Taiwo Idemudia, Diaspora, and Pastor Bosun Emmanuel, Secretary. Today, like old wine, they have matured with age, and some went further to obtain doctorate degree. There is the need to question why some of the military men had their training in England, why some went to Pakistan and India immediately after independence. The impression is that Pakistan was chosen to strengthen Islamization and weaken democracy. Pakistan's endemic poverty, widespread corruption, and often ineffective government credited opportunities for Islamist recruitment. Poor education is of the particular concern, as millions of families, especially those with little money, sent their children to religious schools or madrasas. Many of these schools provided the only opportunity available for an education, but some have been used as incubators for violent extremism. According to Karachi's police commander, there are 859 madrasas teaching more than 200,000 youngsters in his city alone. It is hard to overstate the importance of Pakistan in the struggle against Islamist terrorism. Within Pakistan's border are 150 million Muslims, scores of Al-Qaeda terrorists, many Taliban fighters, and perhaps Osama bin Laden. Pakistan possesses nuclear weapons and has come frighteningly close to war with nuclear-armed India over the disputed territory of Kashmir. A political battle among anti-American Islamic fundamentalists, the Pakistan military, and more moderate mainstream political forces have already spilled over into violence, and there have been repeated recent attempts to kill Pakistan's president, Pervez Musharraf. Finally, Pakistan has made little progress towards the returning of democratic rule at the national level, although that turbulent process does continue to function at the provincial level, and the Pakistan press remains relatively free. Okay, this is coming from a commission report which is in page 367 to 368. Well, we must not forget what Lugard wrote concerning the North. Government did not interfere in the indigenous Quranic schools, in which reading and writing in the Arabic and Ajami character and memorizing passages from the Quran formed the curriculum. They were estimated at some 25,000 with over 250,000 pupils. These Quranic schools had produced a literacy class known as Malame, learned in Arabic and the teachings of Quran and commentaries, from whose ranks the officers of the native administration, the judges of the native courts, and the exponents of the creed of Islam were drawn. They are a very influential class, some of them very well read in Arabic literature and law, and deeply imbibed with the love of learning, Lugard and the Amalgamation of Nigeria, okay, which is a cake green, page 149. Lugard was thus the architect of two conflicting ideologies for Nigeria, democracy and Sharia, and designed to weaken the influence of educated southern Nigerians. The two ideologies, injustice, should have been allowed to complete without the assistance of the British Empire in promoting Sharia. We have a situation in Nigeria similar to healers in South Africa vis-a-vis conventional doctors. While we can quantify the qualifications of conventional doctors, the healers' qualification is subjective. Traditional healers of Southern Africa are practitioners of traditional African medicine. They fulfill different social and political roles in the community, including divination, healing physical, emotional, and spiritual illness, directing birth or death rituals, finding lost cattle, protecting warriors, counteracting witchcraft, and narrating the history, cosmology, and might of their tradition. A number of Nigerian professionals have moved abroad and are doing very well in their new abode. They cannot legitimately be replaced by Negroes from African countries. Sheikh Gumi, in his autobiography, wrote certainly the orientation in southern Nigeria in general was to copy the white man. Sophistication was measured in terms of how this was achieved, which was why individuals went to great lengths to appear European, often for want of affirmative cultural support to do otherwise. It continues, until 1946, not a single person represented the northern region in the national government in Lagos. Part of the problems had to do with the shortage of manpower, since there were hardly any other recognized secondary schools in the north at the time, apart from the Katsina Training College. Indeed, the northern region administration was made almost entirely of British officials and staff from other parts of Nigeria and the West African sub-region. I recall clearly when we had only Igbo and Ghanaians as shopkeepers in Sokoto. They also bought produce from the farmers and sold them to the European companies. This honest assertion do not support President Buhari's interpretation of federal character. The echelon of the three arms of government, the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive in 2020 are occupied by a single tribe, Fulani from the north, that constitute less than 5% of the population from the northern Nigeria. This will submit helped to reduce Nigeria to a state tipping towards a failed state. NCEF is taking this opportunity to thank and appreciate General Obasanjo for inviting Afenifere, Northern Elders Ohaneze Middle Belt Forum, PANDEF, and others to collectively warn everyone, including Mr. President, that Nigeria is drifting fast into a failed state. In this letter, we are saying that our British colonial masters had two policies concerning colonial Nigeria. One developed by Whitehall through conferences, which translated into the Nigerian Constitution of 1960, and the other by the man on the spot, Lugard, and subsequent governor generals after him constructed by the intelligence services and designed to create contradictions in governance to hold back the black man and the black race. The other mistake Nigeria has made over the years is the use of old tested and failed methods to attempt to solve modern problems. An apt example is a situation whereby a healer and traditional medicine man is appointed to the position of chief medical officer. This is what is happening to present-day Nigeria. The solution in Nigeria's problem of governance is that this administration is trying to use colonial solutions as the British did in the 19th century. There's no need for Nigeria to have two competing systems of governance, democracy and Sharia, under the guise of Western and traditional administration. In any case, the two systems have to be exposed to public debate and scrutiny. Nigeria cannot succeed by admitting democracy through the front door and Sharia through the back. This can easily be done by all Nigerians of this age. Nigeria was a creation of Britain through Lugard. So reinvent Nigeria, we must agree on one mandate and how to achieve this mandate, not two. A Nigeria that is one nation, one ideology, and one future. that accept Boko Western education and not regard it as haram, which is sacrilege. All we are saying is that the Nigerian youth should appreciate that democracy is still the best form of governance invented by the human mind, while we rate Sharia as inferior to democracy, in which case Nigeria has no business in the duplicity of common law and Sharia jurisdiction. It should have common law jurisdiction only. The question of secession in whatever guise should be discarded. It is not a solution. Secession was used as a ploy by the British to give the North advantages over the South. Then came the East with legitimate reason for secession but was prevented. Since then, secession has been the signature tune of dissent. We of the NCEF are vehemently opposed to breakaway as it is cowardly. In any case, Christian and ethnic nationalities built Nigeria. They built Nigeria. So because of that, there shouldn't be any form of a secession. That what we have is the written, and according to these people, how many of them? Danjuma, Dongoyaro, Lekwot, Ezeife, Asemota, others says we can't go our separate ways, and they are giving reasons for that. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us know your thoughts.